How's it going, everybody? I'm so glad that you're out here to join us because this is a wonderful Wednesday evening, and thanks for joining us. I have a guest here, and my guest is
Mrs. Jackson. I showed some of my students today from Miss Aranda's class how to get on here, and I'm hoping you're checking it out. It's really awesome.
Woof, woof. We're so excited, and because on that happy note, we're going to get started. All right, so I hear that Miss Jackson's class, she wants to say bye.
I gotta go. I have things to do, but I hope you do good on your homework. Have a good day.
Alrighty. Okay, so on that happy note, I want to get started on here, and she was telling me that y'all are doing, which ones, evens or odds? Okay, so she says that you can do just the evens, and so if you did all of it, because she's like, oh, you know what, thinking about it, she knows you guys are going to do awesome tomorrow, so we'll do the evens. And so let's get started. All right, so let's take a look at number 2. It says 18 times 22. On the directions it says that we needed to estimate and then find the product. All right, so today we had some examples that we were going to, and I'm going to transfer to paper. I really highly recommend you guys that you have your paper here. Move over to some notebook paper because you're going to need space. Numbers do not like to be crammed. They like their space. They get crammed, the brain can't comprehend, and then we got all sorts of chaos going on. So go ahead and get another sheet of paper, and I'm going to have number 2, and it's 18 times 22. We're not only going to estimate, but we're going to find the product of 18 times 22. And then today I want us to do it using the strategy partial products. This is just one way of practicing to see if it works for you. You don't have to do it for all of them if you don't want to. However, try to, and then you can also do standard algorithm as well if that's what you would like. All right, so today we were saying that we were going to estimate. We want to go to simple numbers that we can multiply in our head. And so I'm going to quickly do this, 18. I have my tens place, and I have my 20s, and then in between is 15. 18 is less than or greater than 15. Absolutely right. It is greater than 15, so I'm going to estimate 18 is about 20. 22. Is it going to be 20 or 20 or 30? And then between is 25. I know, I almost got that. All right, so is 22 less than or greater than 25? It's less than, so it's going to be about right here. So I know that it's going to be 20. All right, so now I have 20 times 20, and this is going to be for my estimated answer. I have my 2 zeros. I'm placing my 2 zeros out here. 2 times 2 is 4, and it's going to be about 400. All right, now let's do the exact. So I'm coming over here, and I'm doing 18 times 22, and I want to use partial products. So I'm going to take my 18, keep my 18 here, and I'm going to break up my 22. And so I'm going to do 18 times, 18 times 2, because I'm going to do the ones place. And then I'm going to do 18 times 20. I'm going to put my 0 outside. I was telling my class, so Ms. Rose class, I was saying sometimes when you're multiplying by 0, anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So you can always just set out the zeros on the side, and then just bring that straight down, and then you can multiply this out. And so 2 times 8 is 16, carry my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So that's 360. So I did partial products, and then today we talked about what is the definition of partial products. Well, partial is just a part of, or just a, it's a little bit, it's not the complete, so I'm going to have part of an answer. Product means an answer to a multiplication problem. So I have part of an answer to a multiplication problem, and that's what we're doing. So I have part of an answer to a multiplication problem. Now I'm going to get the other part to this multiplication problem. So 2 times 8 is 16. Carry my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Okay? And so now I'm going to add those together. Now I told my class sometimes you just read this over. Sometimes you will get confused. I want you to think about some of the mistakes you've made in the past that you got your answers incorrect. So I'm going to take this out of here and bring it down. So 360 plus 36 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 3 plus nothing is 3. So my answer is 396. On my answer over here, the top one here will then be my estimated one, and that is 400, and my actual is going to be 396. And that's what we will do for number 2. Lot of work? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have it any other way, especially if you're really trying to learn your multiplications. Practice, practice, practice. Really dig down deep and see which strategy is going to work best for you, and think about the type of strategy, what it means. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to number 4. Number 4 is 58 times 37. And I'm going to get a new page. I like to have my stuff nice and crisp and clean. And I'm on number 4. Number 4 is 58 times 37. I'm going to estimate. 58 is about, and now I'm thinking, wow, 58 is about, what is it closest to? Close to 60. Why? Now I'm going to give you my why. Because, see my 5 here in the tens place? I know that that's going to be 50. If I go to the next whole number, what comes after 50? You're absolutely right, it's 60. What's in between 50 and 60? Thanks for the shout out, it's 55. Very good. Then I need to ask myself, is 58 less than or greater than 55? And you can see it's much larger, so it's greater than, and I'm going to put my 58 here. And it's closest to 60. So do you see how I am now training my brain to look at greater than or less than? And I can now point out what it is. So this is going to be about 60. And my 37 is going to be estimated to about, yeah, I heard somebody shout it out, 40. Way to go. All right, and then to prove that, I'm going to, what is in my tens place? Very good. So the 30 is in my tens. The 3 is in my tens, and 3 tens is the value of 30. And then I'm going to skip count by the next whole. So what comes after 30? That's 40. In between 30 and 40 is 35. So if you were going to skip count by 5s. 37, is it less than or greater than 35? Because if you already put it here, I'm going to place it right here. I can see it's larger, so it's greater than 35, and I'm closest to the 40, and so that's about 40. So that proved you're right. So here's my evidence to prove that my thinking over here was correct. Now I can multiply those out. So now I'm going to multiply 60 times 40. Okay, I have 2 zeros. I'm going to knock those out. 6 times 4 is 24. My brain is going much faster than my hand, or my hand's going faster than my brain, I think. So now my answer is 2,000. Does that look like a 4? I hope so. It's 2,400. Kind of looks like a 9. So let me scratch that out and make it better. It's 2, and then I know that 6 times 4 is 24, so it's 2,400. Again, anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Count this number of zeros, put those into your product, and then multiply what you have remaining of. But do keep in mind that you are working with the ones and tens, and then how that operates into your product. All right, so now I have an estimated amount of 2,400. If you want to, you can go ahead and log that here, because it would be 2,400. And now I'm going to find the exact answer. Okay, so now I'm doing 58 times 37. And I'm going to move this up. I'm going to bring out my 58 times what's in my ones place, 7. And then I'm going to do 58. What's in my tens place, 3, 30. I have 3 tens there, and that's 30. Bringing out my 0 here, because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Now I'm going to multiply this out. 3 times 8 is 24. Carry my 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Partial product, part of the bigger equation. Okay, 7 times 8 is 56. I'm carrying my 5. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 5 is 40. Now I can add those two partial answers together to get a complete answer. So I have 1,740 plus 406. You notice that I'm lining up all my digits, right? So if you're not lining up your digits, please, right now, pause me, rewrite your work, lining up everything. And this is going to help you see the bigger picture. All right, so 6 plus 0 is 6, and add correctly, too. 4 plus 0 is 4. 7 plus 4, well, I know that 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. I'm going to carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer is 2,146, and I'm going to place that right here. So you see that's still about, I'm sorry, let me move that down. So you see this is my approximate answer, and this is my actual answer. They're still relatively close together. Okay, so it's about the 2,400, but the exact answer is 2,146. All right, the next one is number 6. Let's go to number 6. I'm moving on to a clean page because I want to make sure that I have my notes together. So let's look at this one. 922 times 30. All right, those of you that are still struggling with the estimating, first things first, I'm going to come over to my largest number here. I'm going to look and I'm seeing what is the largest place value I have. Ones, tens, hundreds. So I'm in the hundreds place value. What number is in my hundreds place value? It's 9. What is the value of 9 hundreds? If I had 9 $100 bills, what is the total amount that I have? Absolutely, I have $900. So I'm going to start with 900. Well, if I'm going to be counting whole numbers, what is after 900? You're right, it's 1,000. If I had 800, 900, and then I have 1,000. What's in between the 900 and the 1,000? Yep, your 50, always remember it's going to be your 50 mark. So I know that it's 950. And if you get confused, 9, 10, 9, 20, 9, 30, 9, 40, 9, 50, 9, 60, 9, 70, 9, 60, 70, 80, 980, 990, and then 1,000. All right, but now I have, look at my number here, 922. Where would I place it on this number line? Am I going to place it before? Because is it less than 950? Or I'm going to place it here. So 922 and 950. 922, you're saying it's less than? And so if it's less, I can't pass this mark. So I'm going to place it right here, which means that it's closest to 900. Does that help out a little bit? Very good. Okay, so now I have 900. Now look at this. 30. Am I going to do anything with the 30? No, because it's already ending and it's right where it needs to be, right? So 900 times 30. I could have moved it out. So I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I just want to see how we can do it the other way as well. And then, so I've taken care of my zeros, and 3 times 9 is 27. So it's about 27,000. Okay? Does that make sense? All my zeros, I'm going to place those down. The way it would look like